Hello, once more. Now, last time we were talking about character traits, personality patterns, and how they define the people that we are in the eyes of those who know us. That's how they recognise us. And even in fiction, if you get a long-running TV series and a new writer becomes involved and they write an episode where the characters aren't quite right, you always get floods of complaints because the viewers know that that's not how that person, that character, would behave or respond. But the thing is, although we each have this personality pattern which defines us to other people, we're not really aware of it ourselves because we see the pattern from the inside. And that's the crucial thing that was missing from last month's description. The thing that defines us to ourselves is simply the fact that we are a self. We're self-aware. We have an identity. We have an ego. We have a sense of I being I. And that's the astonishing thing. We are conscious beings. We're aware of ourselves, we're aware of the world around us. And we're aware of the distinction between ourselves and the world around us, whether that world is a cat or a donkey braying outside. Now, you get a lot of philosophers who agonise over the existence of self, this notion of identity and of selfhood. And a lot of materialist scientists would insist that the sense of self is only an illusion. It's thrown up as a kind of byproduct from the mechanical functioning of the brain, and the brain is perfectly capable of going about its business, sustaining the body and following the instincts without any need for self or personality at all. But they're kind of missing the point, aren't they? I mean, a computer's perfectly capable of running itself absolutely well without any actual programs on it to do anything or any purpose. The fact that something can do something doesn't mean that that's what it's for. And the thing is, if self is an illusion, who is it who's experiencing the illusion? If these people who insist that self is an illusion are right, then we don't have to listen to them because they're only illusory, aren't they? There's the old gag along these lines of the student who phoned his philosophy professor in the middle of the night, really agitated, and said, "Professor, I just have to know, do I really exist?" And the professor answered, "Who wants to know?" And that's the answer to all of this philosophical meandering. Because the self is all we ever can know. Every piece of sense data that we receive and process in that mechanical brain is only perceived by us through the instrument of our own consciousness, our own awareness, our own sense of self. That's what interprets it, what gives it meaning, what enables us to respond to it. And there's far more to us than simple action-reaction, situation-response. There are those quiet times when we're just sitting on our own and our minds are turning inward upon themselves. So if the sense of self was an illusion, well, it's still the only thing we can ever know. So, we've now established that other people see us and recognise us once you get beyond purely physical recognition, of course, by the things that we do, the things that we say, the character traits we display, the pattern of personality that we're continually manifesting and re-manifesting, and which is recognisable to them. But within ourselves, we possess a sense of self around which this pattern spins. But of course there's a lot more to it than that. And once we start to consider time, that throws yet another spanner in the works and makes the thing even more complicated. And that's what we're going to talk about next time. Time. Next time will be time. And there are quite a few really interesting implications for personality, for self, for survival, for identity, in the simple process of the passage of time. So fasten your seatbelts for that one, it's going to be a biggie. Until next time, from me and Abby, thank you for watching.